everyone, and welcome to our latest episode of Fireside Chats. And we have more friends today. Hopefully, y'all
Yay!
are able to see this. Yay! Um, we have, of course, Regina Curtis, and behind the scenes, we have Monica Henderson making magic happen. We have Doreen, who is the bookkeeper with Heart, and we have Sunflower, who is the owner slash coach of Creative Healing. Sorry, I had to get close because I couldn't see it. So, welcome everybody. So, what makes this episode different? Everybody chime in one word, two words, maybe a whole sentence.
More people.
I'm here.
You don't just chime in. You don't have to raise your hand.
I think they nailed it. More people. We've got additional
More people.
different party people in the mix today.
Different
Some of these
energy.
people have been behind the scenes on the dropping in chats, but now we've got more faces.
Yes, I have been chatting when I can catch it. So
Right.
Nice to see you on this side of things.
thank you.
So,
Yeah.
Darcey, what's our theme today? What are we talking about?
We're talking about community.
Ooh.
So, what's
Excellent.
important about community for y'all?
I talk all the time, so I'm going to let somebody else go first.
We're gonna
Doreen.
let Sunflower go first. Oh, she says Doreen. I say Sunflower.
What is going around? Okay, so Doreen, you go first.
I
Doreen,
guess
take
I'm
it away.
going first. Okay, sorry. I was assuming that Sunflower is listening to me and not Darcey.
Oh.
Community, I think, is really critical because without community, you kind of can be flailing in the wind, right? And community allows you the opportunity to connect with people in your daily, regular life and perhaps gain some knowledge and lean on people's expertise who are not for things that are not in your wheelhouse necessarily, and gives you the opportunity to also reciprocate.
I like that.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
community for me is like the village that I feel that everybody should have. Is like when you're raising a family. Community is where you go and you help whatever needs to be done. Right? Community could be either in your town. Community could be with your group of friends. Community could be where you decide to go to church. Community could be pretty much anywhere. And it's really about, to me, it's really about being able to um, give and receive, right? Whatever is needed in that container at that time, right? And that could be different for a whole bunch of different people, but whatever that is the community.
Yeah. I agree with
Right.
all of those things. My question is always, I feel like community is a word that is like way over and misused in online business. And a lot of times the word community gets thrown around as meaning like a platform or meaning asynchronous chat or meaning an email list or meaning like it's like a bunch of things that is not actual community. And the intention, I think, is to like gather people together in the same space and interact with each other, but it ends up falling flat for a lot of things. So all of the things that you both just said, I think are absolutely true. And I feel like those are sometimes what is promised and not what is delivered.
That's true.
Oh, interesting. Interesting sideline to that. So, how do you know what is being promised as far as community is concerned when whoever's using the word?
Yeah.
Is there a definition, or do we come in with our own mindset about the concept?
I think that's the problem, is that people come in with their own mindset and they sit, somebody names it. This is my community. And what they actually mean is I have a subscription service. That's not a community. That is a subscription service, right? Or I have a membership. That membership might actually be a community, right? Like in the case of Mingle, it is absolutely a community and all the things that all of you just said, right?
Mhm.
And more. But it is something where people have to actively engage in order to receive. Sunflower, you said it perfectly. You said it's where people both give and receive. It's not just a one-way thing, right? And so a community billboard or a community, what do you call those things in coffee shops where you've got like the board where you say it again?
I think it's called a community board.
Like a community board,
Yeah,
right? I think a lot of people
board.
treat communities, like digital communities, like that. They treat it like, I'm just going to go and pin my thing, and I'm just going to go in, and every time I have something, I'm going to go and pin it on this board. And they expect that the community is going to engage with that, but they're not actually engaging with community. They're just posting about their stuff, right? And in the digital world that we have with all the social media posts and all of the advice that we get all the time to show up all the time, post. You got to post until your eyes bleed, right? Like all of that leads to people just going in and being like, I'm just going to drop this here and leave. And they don't actually engage with community and then get salty when it doesn't act like a community.
Right.
I agree with that.
It's a very
Have you
valid
experienced that before, Sunflower?
Excuse me? Say that one more time.
Have you had those experiences before?
Especially online.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, online most definitely. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I have I pull back a lot on going into people's groups, as I don't really, and it kind of pulls me back on even having my own group sometimes, because I mean, I invite people in, but the thing is I want it to be about community, right? That is why I built the group that I have, and it has, only so many people in it, because it was based on community, on the give and take of what we can give each other, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of them, when I go into these groups, they talk about community, and yet they don't feel community.
Right.
It does not feel that way. And as soon as people start like insulting somebody else, I just want to pull out anyways. I'm done.
Why are people insulting each other also? That's a whole nother conversation.
That's what I was going to say. Why is that even necessary?
No, it's not necessary. Like, why do people just show up as
debate?
like...
Yeah.
Well, it's
healthy debate is not the same thing.
They have the anonymity of being behind the keyboard, right? Especially if they have a nickname for their name and they're not coming out as who they really are. So they have all this bravado and they're not doing anything with it, right? So people can be butts at that point. But I think
you're nice, because I was going to say they show up as whole assholes. But exactly.
Or whole asses. The masses are asses.
I could go a lot of places with it, but
I just use my fingers right there.
Yeah, this is definitely an explicit podcast. That's not a community either, right? Like that is a social media platform is not a community. I'm just gonna say, it is.
When I asked the
question, if it's handled properly.
When I asked, and I should have prefaced a little more, but I was flustered when I came on. I was asking about. Go ahead. What?
I still think it's a great conversation.
Well, I agree, but it's not my point.
What is your point, Darcey? Share with us.
My point is why we specifically are coming together in community.
Yeah.
What makes our community desirable? Well, I can't say other communities are not desirable, but it doesn't appeal to me. I'm very not jaded, but this community in Mingle is something that you want to fling the doors open to, so people understand what community is really supposed to be. And this is a homecoming. This is and I was talking the community up earlier today about coming into like-minded people who support you without being assholes in the background. And that was my point of community. And so then we kind of veered into all the assholes. So,
yes, I love it. Yeah, exactly though, right? But I think it is great that you, and welcome Monica. I think it's great that you actually didn't specify exactly, because it led us to this conversation, right? Like I think this is the conversation that needs to be had, because people, like I said earlier, like people hear the word community, they're like, oh, community is so necessary. Community, so like they have all these beautiful feelings about it, and then secretly are jaded as fuck because all the experiences that they've had are not what they were actually expecting, and they've been told things are community, and then they don't actually behave like community, right? So I think it was great that we landed here. Welcome, Monica. What do you have to say about it?
To talking more about how mingle is different.
Yeah.
After Monica speaks, obviously.
So, I suspect the question. I was like, I'm trying to wrap my brain around what's happening here, but it sounds like we got into the weeds of like
what is community?
what not to be as a community versus what is. Why should you be in community? And my answer to that is yes. Yes, a global yes. Yes, that is exactly why people get turned off to being in community, and why they feel like, oh, well, sometimes they'll even pass us by because like, oh, I've done that. I've been in a community already. I already know how catty it is. I already know that people are going to behave this way. And I already know that like, there's a bait and switch coming. I already know that like, like there's all these things, but the reality is
they don't know anything.
they don't know anything about our community, right? Like our community is actually unique. And you can call bullshit if you like and be like, yeah, everyone says that their kid is unique, right? Everyone says that their thing is special. Call me on my bullshit. Come see and tell us all the ways that we're the same. I dare you. Like, come on in.
Right. But the thing is, you have to actually come in to experience it.
You have to actually experience it fully before you can call bullshit. Because you can call bullshit if you come in and sit in the back of the room and go, I'm not going to engage. I'm not going to show up to anything. I'm just going to watch the chats and see how you guys work in community. Because honestly, if you're in my community, the Genius Leadership Academy, there are no chats. We literally, like my channel for my community, the message is, I'm in the office. And no one responds. Right?
Because they just show up because they know, they know how to do it. And I mean, honestly,
we know what that means.
Exactly.
Mine is a little chattier, but also like a lot of the chats for me happen like one-on-one. People will ask me a question. Like it happened today. I was in a meeting actually all day long. I was in here doing things. But I was having a conversation with Marvis and Danielle sent me a question and I was like, just pop in. Right. And so we just took 5 minutes and I like helped her do that thing. And then Marvis was like, actually, that reminds me that I need, whatever. And that's what it is. It's like, it's real people offering real help in real time, right? Like it's not just a tagline, it's an actual thing that happens. Right. And
it's not lip service.
It's not lip service. Exactly. And like, as we were talking about in the beginning, when Sunflower and Doreen were talking about like, what does community mean to them? Those are things that you actually have to get to know people, right? Like people talk about, they're like, it's my tribe, it's my people, they get me. How do they get to know you? Right?
Show up.
You don't just show up and go, this person is now my tribe. They're my go-to person, right? Like you have to actually get to know people. And that means you have to come in and not just like board. Whoa. Somebody's having a dog party.
They were talking about community.
I have a feeling that was Moose.
You had an amen corner. He was like, woo!
He was like, amen.
Amen.
Yeah. Was that Moose?
That's not Violet.
I
muted.
I mean, like, I even got up this morning, because yesterday was my day off, and today's my Monday, and I'm just like, I'm getting out of bed because I'm going to get to know them. That's all there is to it. I'm going to get to know what this is about, because the one thing I do believe is the things that are not, I should say, the things that are unique now are the things that are moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah. So, and I actually just had this conversation yesterday with somebody, and I said, they said, well, they wanted me to be the same as somebody else. And I said, no, that's not what I'm about. And they're like, well, how do you plan to succeed? And I said, trust me, it's going to work. I'm like,
Right.
that's been my problem my whole life, is being the same as everybody else, right?
Yeah.
And I know that, as long as I've known Darcey, listening to her talk about Mingo, I've heard her talk about it. I felt the energy of it, and I just hear her continuously talk about it. And then when she turned around and brought up Monica, I was like, sure, why not? Right?
Mhm.
I just threw myself in there. Why not? Normally, I don't throw myself into shit, just to let you know. But I was just like, here we go.
But that says you felt something that was aligned, right? Like there was something that you were like, yeah, I'm curious about this, and that's the key. If you're
Yeah.
curious about it and you keep showing up to be curious, great.
Yeah.
You're going to get far in life.
Right. And then, of course, if for my expert team, just let's throw her in there, then I know that this is where I'm supposed to at least go and start somewhere with this, right? So here I am learning and getting to know
Yeah.
you guys, right?
Yeah.
And I absolutely love the energy of it. So,
Yeah, no,
That's great.
what honestly, so what's funny is before Darcey was like, told Sunflower, you need to have a conversation with Monica about this speaking opportunity, right? I had been sitting in the lobby while Darcey was having her events and kind of helping people kind of get to her
I
things,
know
right?
where this is going.
Sunflower passed me in the lobby a bazillion times. I want to say for the last 3 weeks, I've seen her at least 4 or 5 times, right?
so this last one, yeah.
And so I was like, when she showed up, I was like, wait, I know you. I've seen you in the hallway
Passing through.
right? But I didn't know after the conversation we had. I mean, her and I laughed and we like had our fun banter and the whole thing. And I was like, oh my gosh, why didn't you stop before and like have a conversation with me? Because you were awesome and I needed to have Sunflower in my life way sooner than this. And I'm very mad that you never stopped, right? But like that's kind of it, right? At first, when people get into the community, they only come to the thing that they're invited to, right? Like the thing they're the thing they're invited to, the thing they're invited to. And sometimes they don't take a second to actually stop in the hallway and go, wait a minute, you seem kind of interesting. Or like, who are you? Or like, what are you about?
Right.
And they don't realize that they can actually just like, at any point, she could have been like, you know what? You're kind of interesting. I'm going to sit here. I'll be back. Are you going to be
here every week?
Can we?
I thought about it many times when I see you guys in there. But I don't know what they're doing, if they're working too. So I'm like, no, I'm just going to keep going because I know I got to get to Darcey's thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So,
well, like people don't know that like our office is that way because everywhere else, that's not how it behaves, right? Everywhere else, it behaves in the way of you go to this one meeting, you show up to this one meeting consistently. The people who show up to this room are your people. And no, don't look to the side. Don't look to the left.
But there's nothing to look at, right? Because they come directly into a Zoom and they're just in that community and then they leave. And so people are in Zoom all day long. But then they'll tell me, they're like, I'm so exhausted of being in Zoom all day long. And I'm like, I am literally in Zoom all day long. I log in at like 7 a.m., sometimes earlier. And often don't log out until 7 p.m. But it doesn't mean I'm just sitting in my chair staring at the screen. You're in my kitchen making lunch with me. Sometimes I go on a walk. Sometimes I just leave my desk, just like I would leave my office, and my computer's still on. People are still in there talking. There's many times I'm out walking around in my house, and there's just people having a whole conversation in my office. Because we treat it just like it's not just a community, right? It is a co-working space and so much more. But we are small business owners who are running our businesses in this collaborative space. And so not only is it us coming in and out, like Doreen popped in earlier and she's like, I just wanted to say hi. I hadn't seen you.
Yep.
And I was like, hi, I'm in the middle of something. Feel free to stay. But I was like locked in on something because I was preparing for like a meeting coming up. And she's like, all good. Just here to say hi. And I was like, hi, bye. And like that culture is not something that most entrepreneurs and especially not solopreneurs really get to experience unless you're working in a co-working space. And from what I hear from most people who actually work in co-working spaces, there's a lot of people around, but they don't actually have that kind of interaction either.
Yeah. It's really easy to be alone in a room full of people. And in our Zoom, it almost is impossible to be alone in a room full of people.
Even sometimes when you want to be. And then I'm like, I could just log out. I forgot that I can actually just remove myself
Yeah.
from the space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, where else do you have the opportunity to sit and host the lobby hours for an entire day while you're doing work for someone else? And, you know, just be able to interact with people. That's what Tuesdays have become for me. Like, I'm sitting in the same chair for 7 hours, so why not just sit in the lobby and have the opportunity to help people find where they need to go and meet new faces and hang out with Darcey or hang out with Sunflower or Monica or Regina or Marvis or anyone
Well,
else.
and today, for instance, you were hugely beneficial because we had 4 people coming in that
Yeah.
weren't in 2 different
know where they
meetings,
were
right? That
going
weren't accustomed to
necessarily.
our space. And Doreen was there to like be a friendly face, to be like, hey, how can I help you get to where you're going? Right. And she was, how much did that interrupt your work? Not really, right? Like,
It did not. I mean, if it was a grand total of 5 minutes of my time to help 4 people, I mean, it's
Yeah.
not. I'm interrupted more by the people talking really loudly outside my door that I can't hear over because they're so loud. Than I am by people
You can't
asking
mute
me
them.
how to navigate Zoom.
Yeah.
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 Well, what's interesting too is so like Doreen and I just saw each other
Mhm.
in
In real life.
in real life.
IRL.
At
What?
Colleen's Wealth and Influence Experience, and that was super phenomenal. And there were a few new people who were there who aren't a part of the Mingle Collaborative.
Mm-mm.
And one of them was like really curious. She was like, "Wait, what do you guys do? Wait, where are you guys are all from different states? Like, why are y'all here?" And then we're like, "Oh, we're a part of this learning collaborative." And they're like, she's like, "Oh," it's just kept asking us questions. And then at one point she goes, "Wow, that sounds really good for people who are like lonely, you know, who like are in their business and they're lonely." And I was like, well, she didn't take the damn like the like message that we say all the time and just kind of like
State it back to you without you saying it.
Right. Amplified it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was like really cool. And then of course after that she was like, actually I'd like to try this, and I think I have some other people who would like to try it as well. So it was really cool that not only do we have that kind of support system for each other online, but we are like rapidly and avidly creating that same kind of support experiences in person as well.
In person too. Yeah. Actually, one of the people who came in this afternoon that Doreen lovely helped come into my office space was someone who we met in Atlanta when we were doing the watch party in Atlanta. So I was there, Monica was there, Doreen was there in Atlanta, but not yet. You were on the Zoom.
You
were driving, actually. She was driving in, so she was present, but still, but driving also for the first in-person event, and then we did another one. And he was coming in just to have like a follow-up like chat with me. We had scheduled it while we were there. I was like, let's make sure to stay in touch. And so we put something on the calendar, and he came in today and came through the lobby and saw Doreen. And Doreen was like, I remember you from the event in Atlanta. I was driving, so you didn't see me in person, but I was on that event, and recognized him. And he was like, oh, hey, like, that's cool. And then he comes in, and then Marvis came into my office after for her meeting with me. And she was like, hey, Chris, how are you? It's my homeboy. Like, she was like, she was like, how's it going? And he was like, this is amazing. So he was like, felt like a part of the community, even though he's not technically like a part of the membership. But I think it's that like sense of belonging is a big piece, and recognition, and just the like personal touch of people knowing who you are and being excited to see you.
It's the Cheers theme. You want to go where everybody knows your name.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a lot like Cheers online without the beer.
Yeah,
without the beer. But sometimes there could be beer. I mean, nobody's saying you can't have beer. You're in charge of your own self.
If you come to my house in person, there's always beer, wine, whiskey, gin. We've got it all.
I've got kombucha. Zach, oh wait, no, it's kefir. It's not kombucha. Guava.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So Darcey, have we taken you way off the rails of what you wanted to talk about?
No, because I really didn't have anything outlined to talk about because this was a new format. And I wanted it to be organic and to flow the way that it was going to flow, which is other than saying, getting it out there what community is as far as Mingle is concerned, not what anti-Mingle is. So however you want to phrase it, right? So
Anti-Mingle.
yeah. Well, it's the main reason why I'm here is because I have been in community that repulsed me. And it's just, this is genuine, caring people. And I know it sounds unrealistic, but damn it, it's real. It's here. And if you don't stay to participate, to go, even though you're afraid to go into a freaking room, it's like, no, there's people in there. They're doing work. I can't go in. That was me like for, I don't know what, 5 months when I first got here. So
I think everybody goes through that. It is really a learning process because we have to unlearn the way the rest of the world has shown up, right? And
Absolutely.
This is not, and if there's something that's going on that's like kind of crucial and needs to be handled, and someone changes their name to add do not disturb, that's the only time you don't go in unless, somebody's head's on fire. There's always exceptions, but it's not really the way that things happen here. And everybody shows up and is willing to help.
Hair is on fire. Hang up and call 911.
I was like, when somebody's head's on fire, I was like, wait a minute.
I was wondering,
were you referring to me this morning because I was kind of spicy? Is that what you're talking about? Or
everybody did need to experience you today, Regina. You were spicy.
I mean, I'm spicy.
Please do not ever use the term gentle to Regina. Just put it out there.
Gentle reminder, Regina.
It gets her spice up.
I was on it.
Okay. So I wrote a post today. It was so cute. I wrote a post today, like what words would trigger you, right? And I had to talk about Monica and Doreen. I had to. And it was so interesting when I went to go say, okay, well, what word would I use, right, outside of gentle? And I just said guide. We're going to guide. That's what we're doing. We're going to guide. Okay? Because I was like,
apparently,
what words
Doreen,
actually do trigger people? Like having that conversation this morning with you guys was really, for me, it really did, it like opened up a new door for me. Like really got me thinking, right? Like the word empowerment, like how Monica does not like that word, which was hilarious because I pulled my card today and I had empowerment upside down. I'm like,
that's hilarious.
I love how the energy follows us around. It is crazy. That is amazing.
Well, the irony
that
of
feels
this
like
is,
a little bit of dawn too.
Yeah.
Right. But the irony of this is my membership is called the Empowerment Circle.
But it's not because you think,
it's so, but
yeah, but
it's not because you think you're giving them the power.
Right.
You are holding space for people to empower themselves. And that's the thing that people don't recognize. Like, no one has the power to empower me except for me. And that is something that you will be reminded of, have reinforced, and learn if you don't already know it in this space. And it's an aha for those who need to learn it. But it's an aha and it's a learned process in a way that feels comforting, supported, not gentle, because sometimes these people are right in your face. Definitely not gentle, but supportive. And that's like
explain why I was riled up around. Explain why I was riled up about gentle.
Because people use the gentle reminder. I want to gently say this to you, like acting like we're all fragile and we're going to fall off the shelf and shatter. Because we're women, and guess what? We're not that fragile.
Right. I have never received an email from a man, thank God, because I would honestly just puke on the floor if it happened, from a man in business saying, gentle reminder about, standing up for yourself, or gentle reminder about our circle. Like, I'm like, please, women, stop talking to each other like we are fragile. Like we can be caring and compassionate without being like tiptoeing around, and just be like, hey, I'm doing this thing, come or don't come, right? Like, it's not that you have to like wrap everything you're doing in bubble wrap because everybody needs to hear it in this like softer tone. That is actually like, what's the word I want to say? Like it's
Degrading?
actually amplifying the very thing that we. Go ahead, Monica. What are you saying?
Can I just point out that the first thing anybody ever wants to do when they get bubble wrap is pop all the bubbles? Just saying.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
It's true.
Right.
And have you all seen that car commercial that's wrapped in bubbles and the kid is popping it?
Popping
Bubbles on the roof.
Well, which is why I want to pop the bubbles. I want to be like, stop talking to me like I am a fragile thing. Like, just tell me what you're doing and invite me to it, and I will decide whether or not I'm going to come. But please stop trying to make the decisions for me or devalue what you're doing by saying like, gentle invitation to come to this thing. By the time I get through all those words, I don't want to come.
And
This is
was
why I
saying
was
to them
fiery this
earlier,
morning.
Yeah, like
She
I
was
was saying
very
to them this
fiery.
morning was, you're your own power switch. Like literally, use your switch.
Right.
Right? You're in control. Use your power switch.
Which is what empowerment is.
Okay, I'm going to
Exactly.
the disruptor switch just for a little bit.
Yes.
So the person who says gentle reminder, which is me, is coming from a mindset of I'm interrupting you, but I want you to remember what's coming up. It has nothing to do with you. It has all
but
to do
that's
with
the
me.
problem. That's
Well,
the problem.
I don't have a problem though. So is what I'm saying.
The problem is you started with, I'm interrupting you.
Right.
Interrupt me, right? I signed up for your email. And if I signed up for your email, then I expect you to email me. That's not interrupting me. That is actually doing business.
Okay. So total misunderstanding on your part. So baby boomer, right?
I know.
Lots of program behavior. Okay. So I'm the elder within the room and coming across with my mindset of I'm interrupting someone else's stuff, but I'm going to interrupt anyway because I need you to remember what's happening. And this is an easy way to get in the door to let myself be known. How you receive it is on you. How I share it is on me.
That is great, right? What I'm telling you is that you can drop the I'm interrupting you and just say it with your chest.
I would like to interrupt this disruption. To say that two things can be true at exactly the same
time. We had this conversation today too.
And the first thing is it grates on her nerves to hear someone say gentle reminder. And also Darcey saying it with her chest of I'm gonna say gentle reminder. And if you don't like it, tuck it up. This is fantastic, right? Because
it is fantastic.
The truth is we can't change other people the way that they communicate, right? We can't. We cannot. Right?
I'm convinced that I can, though. Come on now. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so we can't, except Doreen, change how people receive what we're saying. But there's two things that was amazing about that. One is, Darcey, you saying like, okay, well, this is how I'm letting you know, gentle reminder. Although my gentle reminders are more like a kick in the back, but it's fine.
Well, it's a kick in the ass is what it is.
Right.
Yes. It's the call button and say, come in now. Right. And then if you decline it, cool. That is the reminder has been declined.
But I love that she's like, hey, gentle reminder, that's just my way of expressing myself, right? How you receive that is on you, boo. I'll take that how you will. I love that, right?
Yeah.
And also, I love that Regina was like, it's annoying when people say that because we're not fucking fragile, because both of those conversations need to be had, right? Mm-hmm. There could be some space where we could have a bit more of courtesy around how we are, going into people's spaces, and also how people are bubble wrapped. And all we ever want to do when we see bubble wrap is pop those bubbles, just get in there, right? But I do think that both of those conversations, all of those conversations are conversations that we have often in our space, because if they're not had in our space, when we go out in the world, we have to engage with people who aren't dealing in the same ways that we do, we can at least understand the other perspective. So if someone is triggered, if you will. I'm not triggered by empowered, but it does like make me go like, that's not what that means inside of my head every time. Like, that's not how you use that. It's not how you use that word.
A lot of things, but yeah.
Right. But like I can be aware that what people are talking about or like how people are receiving my words could be this way. And I can choose to give a shit or not.
Yep.
Exactly.
And this whole conversation with Darcey being like, I don't care how you feel about it, Regina. I'm still going to say gentle reminder because it's who I am. And Regina being like, okay, I'm still going to hate it because I don't want to be wrapped in bubble wrap and I'm not fragile. And it happens in a space that is already loving and people care about each other. And we can do this and not like, ruin relationships over it.
Yeah.
And
We
laugh
talk with
about
each
it.
other all the time, and it's great. Which is why it's like you don't have to bubble wrap anything around me because I'd rather we just like talk it through. And my issue isn't necessarily with the word; it's with the fact that so many people are conditioned to believe that that is how they have to show up. And those women, they're all women, right? For the most part, there might be a few men, but like. So many women are constantly, especially in the business world, are constantly like making space around themselves and not showing up fully, right? And that's what really annoys me. And I feel like that's just a symptom of it. And like Darcey, I fucking love you. I love everything that you're about. I also will delete your emails and not read them if you say dear gentle reader. If it's Bridgerton, if you say dear gentle reader, I will read it. But if you say gentle reminder, then I am going to delete it. And then I'm just going to show up in your space and be like, what did you want?
Yeah, they're directed to the point. This is what's happening. Come or go. I don't care. My job is to tell you. And that is a sticking point with me is because I don't do it. I don't tell you timely that something's happening, nor do I, fret about the fact that, not as many people could show up. Right. That doesn't bother me either. So it's like,
that's just you owning you.
Yeah, I am who I am. But the other part, which is really important, is we are separated by generations, right? I'm of a certain age, you're of a certain age. Your age group wants to hear things the way that you say them. My age group wants to have a little bit more sweetness coming in, and I'm going to give them the sugar, the honey, but then I'm going to say, this is it. You either...
She's going to sugarcoat the bam.
So it's like, choose one way or the other. I don't care how you choose because that's not my responsibility. My responsibility is to share. And I share in the way that I can. And for my people, this is how I share. And so the way that I share has been modified, absolutely, right? As I have healed and grown. And so you're of my daughter's age. And so how you receive stuff is kind of conditioned by how you were brought up and the elders that you were exposed to, or authority figures, however you identify them, that have given you the wisdom.
Well,
I have a lot to say about that, but I don't think this is the right place.
They're just thinking, I'm like,
I know
I'm
you
like
do.
right
I
there
can
in
see it hovering on your lips.
I feel like I'm like right there in between, like that gentle and then the say it the way it's supposed to fucking be said. Like I got this over here going, oh, it's gonna come out. It's coming out. It's coming out. I don't give a fuck how it's coming out, but it's coming, right?
Yeah.
And then I got this part over here going, okay, there is a part of me, a little feminine in here somewhere that wants this little softness and this little kindness. I haven't figured out which part it is, but
I feel like
just slide in between.
I feel like you can be authentic and real and still be kind.
Yeah, I'm not saying
you don't have to be a jerk. No,
I'm
I
just
know
saying
you're not,
like say what is there without qualifying saying it.
Yeah.
Right?
Without apologizing for saying it in the first place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't do that. I don't apologize for that. I apologize for the unintended repercussions of it, but I never apologize for the actual action. Oh no, I meant every word I said. However, I do apologize for it not being soft enough for you to receive, or
Right.
being too soft for you to receive. But I meant every word that I said in the context.
I'm sorry that I misread
be
how
crystal
you
clear.
needed to receive that, but
I
still
missed the
meant
boat on that, but doesn't change anything that I
Doesn't
actually
change the message.
one of the things about this conversation though that I actually adore is that this is actually how real tribes are built, right? When you think about like
Exactly.
communities in person, right? Like how often do we have like these old world pictures of community where there's like the men who are pontificating life over a game of chess, and they're like, but no, blah, 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 blah. You know, they're like having these like real boisterous like debates of like concepts, right? And I think we've gotten so far away from being able to have like respectful debates of like concepts and theories and things, and those don't happen in the older generations in front of the younger generations anymore, right? We don't even have the witnessing of that, so that we know how to have those really respectful conversations about like, well, like, look, young blood, this is how it was with back in the day when in my streets, you know. And yeah, I get that's how y'all do, but you know, you don't know nothing, right? Like those kinds of conversations used to happen a lot in society, especially in like, you know, family groups and things of that sort. So we're like more connected globally, but we're actually less connected in small tribes, I think. And so these us demonstrating what that kind of conversation looks like out loud is actually one of my favorite parts of the conversation so
and
far.
it is multi-generational. I think that's an important fact as well, right? Like I'm not going to agree with it, but I understand what you're saying, right? Like I understand where it came from. I also feel very strongly that that needs to change moving forward because of the reasons why, at least from my perspective, why it became the conditioning, right? And so I'm not saying that it has to be changed all at once, but I do think we need to look at how it got to be how it is and what we want to do with it, because there is some value in it. And I'm just speaking bigly, right? Like wide in all these conversations that we have, right? There's some value in how we got to where we are, but there's also something to learn from how we got to where we are. And so if we can have these conversations on a multi-generational level, then we can really kind of look at what do we want to carry forward and what do we want to change? And we can do that intentionally. Sunflower, I feel like you're bursting to say something.
Yeah, like I was telling somebody yesterday, I'm like, bring the wisdom with you, right? Of the beliefs, bring some of that wisdom forward. I mean, you want to keep the wisdom from those beliefs, right? You don't want to get rid of the wisdom of it, but some of those beliefs are holding you back from what you're really wanting to do. It's making you sick because you're not able to go forward. Oh, look,
Willow got a haircut.
Hi, Willow.
Oh, God, you two just match up so beautiful. I love it. But yeah, I was like, you know, it's making you sick because you have this belief in your head that you have to be this certain way and these certain things that you have to do. Like she's afraid to go live to do anything, right? And I'm just like, go, just hit the live button on Facebook. And she's like, oh no, I cannot do that. And I had another girl do it the other day.
This feels like
no,
a familiar conversation.
I was going to say, Doreen, does that sound like a conversation I had with you? I was like, just go live.
Yep, hit the button. And one of the girls the other day that I had coaching, she hit the button and then she was done and she's like, oh my God, I'm going to delete it. And I said, no, you're not. It's only there for 30 days. Leave it alone. But it just got you
long gone by that point.
Right?
That's hilarious. It's only there for 30 days.
It's only there for 30 days. Leave it alone. Right? So it's like, but it is. Just bring that wisdom with you. Right? Bring that with you and bring it forward.
Yeah.
So I love that.
Well, and you know, I want to go circle back to what Regina was saying about the generational conversations. And that's what we're doing right here, right?
Absolutely.
This, again, Mingle is on the cutting edge of catalysts for change. And looking at how we're sharing, you know, it goes beyond generational. It's also cultural. So it's generational culture being brought into a very big mixing pot because of who we are, how we were raised, what we experienced, and understanding that we are bringing in program behavior that we really believe is black and white. There is no adjusting that shit because my dad told me, right? And who are you to counteract what my dad told me? And so there's that easing into the understanding, and it could be, let's go gently into this. And it may be a trigger for the younger generation, but to have the change that we want, where we are flowing more and the young people are healing in real time, not taking 50 fucking years to heal over something. We have to go into something slowly so that wisdom comes in from the elders. Because if you tell an elder no, they're going to shut down and say, F you, young one, and move on. And they're going to keep all their wisdom to themselves. And then what?
Yeah.
Right? What happens then? Because there is value in the 3D ordinary reality wisdom of living on this planet. And then there's the value of receiving the information from source, from the land itself. But to understand that that's credible wisdom, you have to live the 3D part first. So there's a rhyme and a rhythm for everything that we're doing. And this, again, Mingle is on the cutting edge of.
Ladies and gentlemen, Darcey, Kesner, Hawkins.
Yes.
Like, I love it.
Yeah. I think there's something
and cranky.
That's all right. I can trigger you right back. I think there is something, I don't know. I wouldn't say the word that it's triggering. I think that it is inspirational, right? Like it's inspirational to, it's like there's something there to go deeper with, right? Like I think a trigger is like, oh, I'm going to be like, go into myself with that. But I do feel like it's something that is worth exploring. And
I think the word isn't inspirational, but it's motivational, right? Like it puts you in motion to either think deeper, to have the conversations, to kind of like
even just reevaluate.
Yeah, like I think
there's something there to explore, right? Like, and whether it's inspiration, motivational, if you want to call it triggered, like it is action though. It does it opens something up. And I think, sorry, what were you saying, Sunflower?
No, but because it's opening something, right?
Yeah.
So like you're saying, it's that motivation, and you're saying the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, anger is a hell of a motivator, right? And if something makes you angry, it does actually, like 9 times out of 10, motivation to change comes from anger. And people hate being angry all the time, right? Like we avoid it altogether. But the reality is anger is giving you information. That anger is saying, no fucking more.
Thank you. I was just going to say, it's fuck you, I'm doing this.
No more. Not on my watch. This has to stop. That's what motivation, the anger that comes, like what anger motivates you, it motivates you to put something into something, which we should be mad about things that suck happening over and over again to everybody on the planet. We should be angry about it, angry enough to put it to an end. And sometimes people misplace that and try to end someo's life. But the idea is,
that's an extreme, but it is true. Yes.
But like it is there to inform you about this is something that needs to stop. This is where a change needs to happen. And it's misinterpreted and misused and sometimes misguides people into taking horrible action. But if we started listening to anger differently, right? Like we actually took the opportunity to like be angry and be like, well, what is the change that this anger is asking me to create? And sit with that answer. Hopefully the first answer is remove myself from this situation, or like remove myself from danger. And then the second step should be, okay, now how can I create that change on a bigger scale so no one else has to come through this same thing? Then that's where world change starts to happen. That's where you start to impact other people with your anger. But if you're just going to go yell at someone and be like, oh, well, I just got to unleash on someone because I'm angry, that is actually not helpful to you or to them or to anyone
Doesn't help
involved,
anybody.
Just
right?
creating more of the same.
More of the
Mhm.
same.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's happening, right? Like people are angry. Everyone is angry, and we should all be rightfully so angry. There is a bunch of things that are happening that are so freaking unnecessary, and they need to come to an end. But the question is,
Absolutely.
how are you going to create the impact to make the stop in that problem?
Mhm. Yeah.
All right.
Thank
We
you for
are
that.
running out of time. We have about 3 minutes left. So, is there a burning desire to share something? Um, yes. What is a burning desire to share something? I have nothing beyond that.
I do. So we have, if you want more of this chaos, that is us here.
Mhm.
I invite you to come to our upcoming event, which is all about alignment. And it's going to be on the 7th and 8th of May. And we've got Sunflowers going to be on one of our panel speakers. Darcey's actually running a kick-ass boot camp for life alignment, and she's going to be our featured mentor. Doreen will be there. Monica and I will both be there. We'll be sharing some of our wisdom, and we'll be on the panels and doing some breakout rooms as well. So come to what's next for your alignment. Can we put this in the show notes, Darcey or Monica? One of you. The link.
Whoever has the power to do that.
Whoever has the power. It's not me.
I will.
I know we're
see
going
what
to
I
do in
can
a
do.
dance.
But see,
I'm not sure what that means, but
nextglobalevents.com. You should go to that, and the event is on there. So yeah, come join us, come play. It's a 2-day event. Come for as much as you can. They're in 2-hour sections, and it's going to be great. So we'll see you there.
I was like,
So,
seeing as how this is going to
Rachel did share a comment if we want to grab that.
8 different
Yeah, that's true. Just comment if you want the link, and we'll find the comment and send it to you.
Her
My
comment
fist
is,
goes in
my fist goes in the pocket, not throat.
That's
hilarious.
That is hilarious because Regina's go-to negative
throat
emotion is to throat punch people.
Mhm. Yeah.
I finally got to see where it actually said something down there. What's Rachel?
Yeah, she's like, fists go in pockets. I have those moments, Rachel. I feel you deeply.
She even threatened to throat punch the next person who sent her something with the word gentle reminder.
Well, now I have been inspired.
Darcey, you have been put on notice.
Okay, well, I'm
Aren't
not
you
going
so
like
glad
that
you
to
aren't in the
Darcey,
same state?
but-
All right, we've digressed into just total chaos and mayhem. So wrap us up, dear.
Thank you, everybody, for
Thank
watching
you.
live and who are going to catch this on replay. We always have a grand time here, and it is full of love, but it is also full of disruptor energy, and we want you here. We want you to grow with us and to mingle with us, which is right after this in the Learning Annex, the Mingle Learning Annex. We are doing Mingle and Chat. So come join us and shoot the shit. Bye.